Hello there, everybody. This is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Earthbound blind playthrough. In today's session, we're going to be re-exploring the underground cavern that was previously created in the end of the last play session, and we're going to figure out what mole we're missing, or whatever it is we're missing. And I'm also going to be suicide hotline us. I unfortunately do not have I don't have the actual number, unfortunately, so if anything, Google will definitely help. I mean, it's not like today's National Suicide Awareness Day or anything, as far as I'm aware. But anyway, that's beside the point. Anywho, like I was saying, we're going to be exploring these caverns once again, and we're going to find a missing mole whom we didn't quite find last time, which was rather unfortunate. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And maybe even... Please don't joke about that. Please do not joke about that. That is not really something I really want to share here. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. Whew, there we go. That's done. Prank calling them? I wouldn't do that either, because suicide is a very serious matter. And I'm really not looking into discussing that here. Anywho, Ness is now level 38. His offense went up by 1, guts by 1, maximum HP by 2, PP by 2, and realized the power of Psi Flash Beta. Bada bing, bada boom. Ness is just that much freaking stronger. That's what I'd like to see. Hopefully we can keep up the pace. Just like that. Very nicely done, boys and girls. Anywho, there was something else I wanted to talk about today. And that is last night, which was February 3rd, 2018. That was Super Bowl 50. And if you want to know who was playing, it was the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. As far as whom I was rooting for, I am a Ravens fan through and through, no matter where I go or where I live. But yeah, I was cheering for the Rams, not necessarily for them being them, but more so just to see the Patriots lose. And my God, what a frickin' yeah. You're not the only one who's mad about the Patriots winning. I'm also pretty mad about the frickin' halftime show. More on that later. But yeah, it just seems like the Patriots are in every single Super Bowl in the history of man. It just seems like they've won 49 out of 50 Super Bowls that they've ever been in. But no, not in actuality. They've only won like 6 of them. But even so, though, that's like, why? Why does it seem like we have nothing but the Patriots? Nothing but the Patriots and maybe some other team out of gosh diddly dang nowhere. I swear, it just seems like the Super Bowl has little to no variety most of the time. Yeah. I mean, the game itself, it was a really tight game. 3-3 going into the first half. And then the second half, it was basically the same score the entire quarter. For the third quarter, to be exact. Brady Ball. Maybe we should rename the Patriots to the Brady Bunch. Wouldn't that be something? That would be the most hilarious thing ever. I wonder if anyone's created like a parody opening of the Brady Bunch featuring Tom Brady and the other players of the New England Patriots. Wouldn't that be something? Anywho, now let's get into the whole halftime show shenanigans. The halftime show was kind of disappointing as well as irritating AF. And it really pissed a lot of SpongeBob fans off, myself included. Because it's been rumored for months now that during the halftime show, they were going to play the song Sweet Sweet Victory from the episode Band Geeks, which was one of the best episodes of SpongeBob, by the way. Totally watch it. And the reason why we should have had this happen was because of the creator of the show, Steven Hellenberg, or whatever his name is. Anyway, he recently passed away this past November, and so we wanted to hear that and more or less see that as more of a tribute to the man who created one of the biggest cartoon icons in the past century. Like, seriously, come on, man. And instead of giving us what we were expecting and what we really wanted, they only played like the trumpets part of the song, and then it was transitioned to transitioned into another song by Big Boy with an I. And granted, I do like the songs that were playing. It's just, oh god, that pissed me off so much. Of course, I didn't really react because I was watching it with my mother, and she wouldn't care. She wouldn't know what was going on or why it was happening. But internally, inside of me, I was basically screaming like a goddamn Super Saiyan. I was that freaking pissed. Like, seriously, how dare you disrespect the man who created SpongeBob, and at a time like that? Talk about a low blow. An absolute low blow of the century. But, yeah, overall, halftime show was kind of crap. And also, the game itself was not the greatest either. It was basically kind of a mix between a stalemate and a complete massacre. So what I mean by that is, whenever the Patriots had the ball, they were rushing downfield, gaining first down after first down most of the time, but as they gotten past the 50-yard line into Rams territory, they kind of stumbled quite a bit. And what's even funnier, and what was also the best part of the game in my opinion, was Tom Brady's first throw of the game, and it was intercepted by the Rams. That was freaking hilarious and awesome to see. Time to put Tom Brady in his freaking place, if you know what I mean. But other than that, though, the rest of the game was between the stalemate and the massacre. And whenever the Rams had the ball, it just seemed like they couldn't go anywhere. They were basically stuck at one place, or they fall seriously far back. Brady ball. That high tower. That's true. That is absolutely true. Hightower was definitely a pretty massive defensive lineman for the New England Patriots, that's for sure. But whatever. I'm sure Patriots fans are raving like a frickin' mob party. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was parading downtown Bangor right now. No, not really. I don't think that's happening, but it's almost become so predictable, I'd rather watch Monday Night Raw. And I don't like wrestling. I'm serious. I'd rather watch wrestling than the frickin' Super Bowl if it has the Patriots in it. Because the Patriots are going to win 9 times out of 10. I'm dead frickin' serious. And when the Patriots actually lost last year to the Falcons, that was a big breath of fresh air, and that was freaking amazing. That was probably one of the better Super Bowls I've seen. Oh, okay. That's alright. Thank you for stopping by, Squirtle of Gods, and it was fun chatting with you. And really chatting about the Super Bowl, which I'm still gonna be talking about for quite a while, as I'm searching for the last frickin' mole. Anywho, back to what I was saying before. Dang it, what was I saying before? Basically what I was saying was, dang it. Whenever the Rams had the ball, they couldn't move anywhere, and when they could move, it was not, very far. Sure, they made a few good plays here, but, the best they could do was a field goal, and they missed 2 out of the 3 field goal attempts in the entire game. So, yeah, that was a real shit show right there. Talk about a major embarrassment. A major embarrassment to, yeah, other people talk to him. I don't even know what, you're talking about right there, but, yeah. Overall, the game was okay, but kind of boring. It was just a complete shit show. It was predictable as crap. It was about as predictable as Monday Night Raw. That's how bad it was. And I do not like wrestling. I just don't. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. I mean, it's so freaking fake. It's unbelievable, man. Unfreaking believable. Wow, that's a lot of rope. A lot of ropes. AKA nooses. Dear. So really, on top of the mad game, we also had a complete shit show of a halftime show. And also a big kick to the groin to all SpongeBob fans. So if I had to rate the Super Bowl for this year, I'd give it a -10 out of 10. Okay, I'm not someone who rates Super Bowls because I don't really watch them all that often. The only time I really watch the Super Bowl is if the Baltimore Ravens are in it, or if someone's playing against the New England Patriots, which I know I said that I really don't like watching the New England Patriots play against someone. But at the same time, I also like watching it just to see the other team put the frickin' Patriots in their place. If you know what I mean. I mean, seriously. They're probably the most egotistical team in the entire NFL. At least in my opinion. Either way, though, that was Super Bowl 50. Not too good, and it was pretty damn boring, if I do say so myself. Not very much HP. Wow, that's definitely not good. How did I miss? How do you miss a noose? Give me the moose. He'll put that noose in a noose. He supports the death penalty. Okay. Jeff, here you go. Okay, this area doesn't look very familiar. Then again, maybe I've passed through here already. That looks like a yes. But... So, other than NFL being a complete shit show this year, good news is I got my new Elgato Stream Deck Mini. I got a really great deal on the device as well. I ordered it like last January. Not last January. I ordered it this past January, like almost a month ago. And the reason why I ordered it then was because I had some extra money in my bank account, and I really wanted to get my hands on the device, and it was also on sale on Amazon for about $70, including shipping and handling. Granted, I had to wait like an entire month in order to receive the device, but it was definitely worth the wait. Right now, I have it set up for the most basic of functions, like I can switch scenes on the fly now, I can open up programs just the simple push of a button. Heck, I even set up a new tab on the Stream Deck to do something like this. That's what I call the memes tab. So, if I have anything worth throwing out there, there you go. Have a little fun out there, why don't ya? Seriously though, setting up the Stream Deck was really easy, and it's definitely a lot of fun just putting the different tabs together. And best of all, I can put folders and folders and just organize everything on my Stream Deck the way I want it. Sure, I don't have as many keys to work with as the standard Stream Deck, which is the one that was not on sale. Only the Mini was on sale, but either way, just saying. I'm just saying, it was still a really great deal for the Stream Deck. Normally, the Stream Deck Mini is about $100 or 100 US dollars. But the Amazon deal I got it for was roughly 66 something. So, quite a large chunk of money off. Almost $40 off, which is excellent. Speaking of excellent, Paula is now level 36. Her offense went up by 2, speed by 2. Oh, baby, her guts went up by 3. IQ by 2, maximum HP by 2, and PP by 10, baby. That is awesome. That is freaking sweet to see. Absolutely sweet. That makes me so happy. It's all okay. Did these enemies just appear out of thin air? Then again, I wasn't really paying attention, so it's possible that they didn't. That's probably the case. They probably just appeared and I wasn't paying attention to the screen. So, though I do have my basic functions set up on my Stream Deck Mini, I still need to fiddle around a bit to get a few more meme sound effects in here, which I'm still going to be working on over time. And I'm also going to be setting up a multi-key function for one of my keys to make it so I can open up all my programs that I need to set up everything I need to as well. And really, that's about it. Other than that, though, I do have function keys to create clips on Twitch, as well as stream markers, which I should have used when I began today's stream, but that's okay. I usually begin at around the 5-minute mark anyway, so it's not like that's that big of a deal. Much of a deal breaker at all. What's also really awesome is that I can also set the Stream Deck to make it so I post a tweet on Twitter saying I'm live on Twitch without me having to do it manually every time anymore, which is freaking awesome. What also is awesome? This level up by Jeff. He's now level 34, his offense went up by 1, IQ by 1, luck by 1, maximum HP by 2, and that is it. Okay. Nice to have multiple stats for a level up. So, that's always nice to see. Okay. Let's continue our expedition of this grand underground maze. Oh, hello, you. Ha ha ha! You fought the strongest master of this hole, the second strongest master of this hole, the fourth strongest master of this hole, and the weakest master of this hole. I'm truly the third strongest master of this hole. People here don't listen, whatever. Okay. Now you see the true advantage of being third. Really? I thought second was best, not third. And also, why is this guy once again covered in blood? So much freaking blood. What am I playing, freaking Resident Evil? Or am I playing Earthbound, dang it? Why? What's up with the blood? Whatever. Ness is now level 39. His offense went up by 1, maximum HP by 2, PP by 2, and realized the power of life up. Whatever the hell that symbol is. Either way, it's his maximum healing power. What do we got in here? A PSI caramel. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Paula, you use this. Recover 22 PP. Wow. Nice. Okay. Well, definitely glad that's done. We found the last major mole who we need to take down. We have a present. Super Bomb. And the Super Bomb, why is it here? Because it's freaking Spider-Man. That's why. I'm kidding. Let's see. Able to dish out some heavy-duty destruction in combat. Because of its explosive power, it may affect others besides the target creature. Gone after one use. Makes perfect sense. Even so, it may be useful. Coming up later. Maybe with all 5 moles defeated, now the Master will show up somewhere. Wherever he could be. That is the million-dollar question. And we'll be finding out what that is soon enough. Trust me. As far as how long I'm streaming today, I'm looking to stream until roughly 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So, at least that's my plan for today. I can't say if we'll be ending up streaming longer or shorter because of that. Alright. Looks like we're done here. And it looks like we have another instant memory. Hello. Pictures taken instantaneously. Blah, 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 blah. I get it. Fuzzy Pickles. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Okay. Hello there. You've gotten rid of the monster? Good job. Okay, from here on, just let me dig. You'll see I'll find the buried gold. Before I start digging, I'm going to set a careful plan of action. You got rid of the monster? Okay, yeah, he's basically saying the same thing. 250. Oh, that's alright. So long as you're here for the majority of the stream, I'm perfectly happy. Even if you just listen to me ramble on and talk about things, I'm happy with that as well. Wow, 8175. God damn, Dad, what the hell? Bringing that bling bling in, man, I love it. That is a good question. I've been trying to work on affiliate for the past year now, and though I did learn of a new, pretty awesome trick, which I can, just simply have 2 tabs open, and it'll count as 2 separate viewers. I don't want to try my luck for a third, because then, that would probably get me in trouble for duplication of an IP address or something? I don't know. Either way, I want to at least do the first 2 and then have a legit third viewer. So, that way, getting affiliate will be just a little bit easier. So that'll be really nice. It honestly will. And I really, really hope I can get affiliate status relatively soon. I'm not saying it's easy. Trust me, it's not. Because it's been one hell of a grind. And maintaining a 3-viewer average is pretty dang difficult. And you have to do that for the entire month. So that's real fun. Right now I'm kind of teetering between 2.7 to 2.5 viewers average for the entire month of the streaming on Twitch. Basically, I have every other goal completed on Twitch except that one. I've only completed the 3-viewer average achievement once, and that was when I came back to streaming after like a 1-month hiatus. And the reason for that one was just simply due to work-related reasons. And thankfully that's behind me now, but even so though, that was definitely not a fun time in my life. But anyway, I am still looking for work, don't get me wrong. I'm not just going to be sitting around all day doing nothing. I mean, I have been trying every so often, and I'm trying to get in contact with my local career center to set up an appointment to go down there and discuss future career goals. Because from my previous job, I definitely learned quite a bit about myself and what I really want to pursue. Sure, I still want to pursue the role of an IT technician when it comes to building and repairing computer hardware, but prank called a random number. Okay. Just don't go overboard with the prank calls, okay? Seriously, you can get into serious trouble if you go overboard and call the wrong people. Just saying, that's not really fun. That's not fun at all. But, anyway, as far as what I've learned over the past career that, I've done, you can get tracked. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. From what I've learned, I'm not so good with people. Not a lot of people are. And, I see. Okay. Back to what I was saying, if I do end up getting another job, I'm definitely gonna try avoiding working with people so much. I mean, I can do it, don't get me wrong. It's just, working with people is not easy. There are a ton of buttholes out there who will give you a hard time and try to treat you as if they're like their robot, their servant. And obviously, us human beings are just that, human beings. We make mistakes, things happen. Sometimes there are things of which we cannot control, and those things just simply happen. And yet we get blamed for it because we're on the front line, and customers yell at us because of stupid crap. But, anywho, as far as what other jobs I'm possibly going to be looking at, so long as I don't have to deal with people that often or at all, which is preferred, that would make me feel even better. Well, the thing is, I really don't know the first thing of running a business whatsoever. Sure, I can go back to college and pursue like a business degree or something of that extent. However, I'm not the kind of person who wants to run a business per se. I am someone who prefers to receive orders than to give them, if you know what I mean. I'm one of the oddballs who prefers that over being their own boss, if you know what I mean. I like following things my own way. I like doing things my own way, but at the same time, I'd rather follow a strict pattern of certain expectations of what people want from me, if you know what I mean. I want them to know that I can get the job done, and I know I can do it right for them. Wonder what they'll find. Good question. I think he should dig somewhere else. Sure. Soften, restore feeling, and purify. Huh, that's interesting. He's a doctor. That's awesome. You know, I haven't really thought about that, what I would do if I would achieve 100 followers. That is a follower goal that I do have set. But, as far as what I'm gonna do, I'm not too sure at this very moment in time. Okay, what do you got again? Okay. I don't know if, hit yourself in balls with the hammer? I'm not gonna hurt myself. No way. I'm not doing that on stream. No, 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 no. That's not what I do, and that's not what I'm going to do. To be honest, I really don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to hitting 100 followers. What the deuce? Yeah, no, not doing that. Yes, greetings. I'm George. Gerardo Montage's brother. Gerardo is his name, but he hasn't found any buried treasure yet. We did, however, find a diamond instead. Gerardo told me to give it to Ness. Here it is. Please take it. Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I've got to go. I'm busy working at the other mine. Busy, busy, busy. Okay, you have fun. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. When we hit that 100 follower milestone, I'll think of something. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'll figure something out. One way or another. Maybe I'll do a special Mario Party stream or something when I hit 100 followers, but that's kind of on the cutting room floor at this very moment. I'm kind of tossing darts. Record a roller coaster. Maybe Roller Coaster Tycoon, that's about as good as I can get. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm throwing darts at a dartboard and seeing what sticks. I'll think of something, just give me time. That's all I really need to say. When it comes to that, anyway. Let's see, diamond. A big, beautiful, and expensive-looking gem. Well then. Real life roller coaster. I really don't plan on going to any sort of theme parks anytime soon, and, yeah. I'm not really planning on, going any place major, at least not yet. And even if I could, I would need money for, travel expenses and, spending money and really everything else in between. Oh, great. Totally scrapped. That's what I like to see. Okay. Now that I have this diamond, I'm not really too sure what to do with it. If I had to guess, I'm probably going to need to give this to someone. Okay, I've already talked to you before. Let's try diamond. Nothing happened. Okay. Experimental herd. Okay. Okay, that's enough exaggerating and random things. Like I said, I'll figure things out over time. You're funny. Give diamond to Ness. Alright. Whoops, I did not mean to drop that. Dang it. I meant to give that to someone. Oh well. Give. There we go. Alright. Glad that's done. Wow, thanks for the money, dude. Granted, I did just beat up a frickin' mad taxi. I don't get it. Why is it like she's complaining about us staring at her hips? Isn't the correct terminology staring at their chest? Seriously. Whoops. Alright. Let me see what happens if I show him this diamond. After I go through this crap. I really hate the fact that you have to go through this long frickin' dialogue tree in order to get kicked out of the frickin' room. And I seriously wonder, why is it that the dialogue repeats? I did not mean to do that, dang it. I meant to pull up my frickin' menu and show him the diamond. Then again, maybe he's not the right person I need to talk to, because he kind of looks like Porky. AKA the man who really treats us like trash, if you know what I mean. Heck, he's the same guy who tried to use us as a frickin' meat shield at the very beginning of the game. Good for you. Okay, nothing happened. Dang it! I still like to talk to again. My god, I really am blind as a gosh diddly dang bat. Dang it, man. So much time wasted. It's not like I'm really trying to speedrun Earthbound anyway, but even so, I don't like wasting time like that. Hardly ever. Alright, let's try this again. Diamond. Nothing happened, of course. Okay, well that was kind of pointless. Private elevator. Okay, who do I show this frickin' diamond to? Can't show it to Pokey. Because reasons. And it seems like I can't show this to anyone in this building. Maybe coming here was kind of pointless. Alrighty then. Guess I'll try elsewhere. Maybe there's some sort of pressure switch I need to hit. By pressure switch, I mean, one you would place the diamond into as, like, some sort of setting piece or something. It could be possible that's something that I need. Something I need to do. But I'm not 100% sure. Again, I'm kind of running blind here. Wait, maybe I need to show this to the manager who's currently holding the Runaway 5 kinda in place, if you know what I mean. That could be it. That could be something I have to do. Also, you. Okay, thanks. It's such a pity. The Runaway 5 have managed to get stuck at the Paula Theater because of their debt problems. Why don't you go and talk to Miss Fake, the manager of the theater? The diamond you're carrying should come in handy. That's it for today. Okay, and that's exactly where I'm going to go. So that's pretty sweet. I kind of had the right idea. Now I just need to remember where the heck the theater is. Perhaps the theater is just past the cafe. Maybe it's located elsewhere on Fourside. I just really am not 100% sure. Man, Fourside is a pretty big place. It may not seem like it's that big, but trust me, it is. It's pretty dang big. Not the biggest place in the world. No, that would be something like Disney World. I'm kidding. There are plenty of bigger places than that. Even so. Fourside's pretty big. And funny enough, the place is exaggerated in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Which is pretty funny. Because now it looked like a pretty big major city. Kind of like New Dog City, but at night. That's actually pretty funny if you think about it. Yeah. Let's buy another ticket. Let's head back inside. There we go. Wait, I think I meant to go in here rather than the show door. So you're a Runaway 5 fan, huh? What? Excuse me? No. This band owes me $1 million. If they break their contract, they'll be in deep doo-doo with the police. The police would probably say, "Hey, you guys," or something like that. Unless you're able to pay $1 million on their behalf. You better have find buried gold or what, or you would never be able to pay such a huge sum of money. Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Well, guess what, lady? I got a gift for you. What? I can't tell what it is from this distance. Bring it closer. Okay. Yay! That diamond! You're going to pay with that diamond? Okay, that's fine. I'll rip up this contract. Don't tell anyone about the diamond. Now the Runaway 5 are free. You should thank me. That diamond is worth maybe $50. So I gave you a bargain. I made lots of money. That's funny. Sorry about being such troublemakers. We won't be so gullible anymore. Well, our fans are waiting, baby. let's just do this one last show and then we get out of here. Alright, thanks again. You're welcome, dude. Money, that's what I want. Money, that's what is hot. Money, that's what I want. Money, that's what we ain't got. Except freedom. Freedom. Freedom is what we've really sought. I do. I actually own Alpha Sapphire and I believe Pokemon X. I don't know if I don't remember if I own it or not. I don't know. I just can't remember. I haven't even started those games, to be honest. I've been focusing primarily on other games. Like recently, I've been playing through Kingdom Hearts 3 and loving every second of it. Okay. I guess before we head out of here, we'll watch one last show of the Runaway 5 here at this venue. Welcome to the final Runaway 5 performance of the Topola Theater. So, I guess I'll get back to my previous discussion in a minute. We have a show to watch. It's going to be a great show. We're so good, it makes me think that those kids by the exit will wet their pants. Those kids are hit, baby. Woo! Alright. Maybe. We'll see. My back. Ooh la la. What do we have here? Indeed, it will be fun. It will. How did they get that in this building? How? No idea. Hey you, that was the last show of the Runaway 5 for this venue, so that was awesome. Oh hi. Yes, I did enjoy myself. That was quite fun. Well, now that the Runaway 5 are free once again, which is awesome to see, maybe now we can finally go inside this frickin' building. Who knows? Okay. Excuse me. Whoops, I meant to record my progress. Alright, that's done. Okay, definitely glad that that's done and over with. Now that the Runaway 5 are free again, hopefully they won't fall into another one of those really bad contracts, if you know what I mean. You should learn to read the fine print before you sign on the dotted line, trust me. It applies for any sort of business arrangement whatsoever. Of course. Well then. I guess that was not the right time to return. Oh well. I know I can always go and buy another hint, but maybe I want to try to figure this out on my own. Now that I could have swore I remember hearing somewhere before that a certain location will open up if I have someone famous come along or something, or if we know someone famous or they know us, something to that extent. And this is one of those places, the department store. Would you like to buy tickets? No thank you. No thank you. Hello there, Mr. Mouse. Somehow I feel like the lights will get turned off in the department store. I guess it's just a mouse's sixth sense. That's pretty interesting. And it's also cool to see that the department store is now finally open. Maybe we'll find something rather interesting here. Maybe some interesting secrets. Or maybe we'll find some awesome new gear. We'll see. Hello there. Would you like to buy some seasonings? They go great on your food at mealtime. They are not just your average seasonings. Whenever you buy to eat something, the seasoning will automatically sprinkle on your food. It's really almost magical. What would you like? Let's see. I'm going to say none of these, really. I don't think it's really that necessary. What you got for sale? Cup of fruit juice, coffee, bag of fries, hamburger, and a double burger. Wow. What are you trying to sell me, a Big Mac? That would be awesome. Hello, may I help you? What shall I get you? Well, there's the boiled egg, which I could buy, which I threw away earlier by mistake. Let's see, he also sells a bread roll, a croissant, a banana, and a picnic lunch. Don't worry, we're not going to be giving that picnic basket to any strange bears. Just saying. Man, I'm so busy. Don't bother me, kid. What we got over here? Shop and tools. What do you got for tools? Deluxe frying pan, chef's frying pan. Wow, that's a lot of money. A gold bracelet, insect spray, toothbrush, and a protractor. Okay, well. Let's do some calculations here. 2,799, multiply that by 2. Equals that plus 1198. Need to take out 6796. So roughly $7 grand, or $6,800, really. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, so that way I can buy the necessary items, especially for Paula. That way she has a newer weapon that's more powerful than what she has currently. Withdraw. At least I got plenty of money to do it. 6. Yeah, that sounds about right. Bing, bada, boom. Now that we have our cash, let's go do some shopping. Then again, we'll probably end up having to return to the ATM immediately after. Just so that way we can get more stuff. Let's buy the chef's frying pan. Here you go, Paula. 76 to 84. Awesome. Yeah. Go ahead and sell that. Alright, let's buy the gold bracelet. That'll be for Ness. 77 to 92 defense. That's awesome. And yeah, go ahead and sell this. And here you go, Jeff. Wow. Much needed defense, too. Alright, what do you got for sale, my dude? Cold remedy, refreshing herb, which is awesome. Protein drink, and a calorie stick. I think the calorie stick restores PP, am I right? Huge weird emoji spam. Lol. Lol. Okay. I'm probably going to hold off on buying stuff for right now, and I'm just going to see what else this place has to offer. Oh wow, looks like a little arcade here. A toy shop? What do you got? Oh, trick yo-yo, coin of slumber, coin of defense, red ribbon, defense ribbon, and a teddy bear. Good lord! Good lord, dude. Wow, looks like I'm going to be running back to the ATM after all. Let's see, 998, multiply that by 2. Then I'm going to need additional 2 grand. And there we are, 39.96. And that's just for the toy section. What about sports? Wow, not really much of anything here for the sports section. Well, that's kind of lame. Oops, I meant to withdraw from the machine. There we go, 4,000. Always a good idea to have plenty, or no, it's always a good idea to have a calculator on hand, especially when you're trying to buy everything for all of your characters. Awesome increase in offense. Here you go. So really, the frying pan I bought for Paula was completely frickin' pointless. Oh well. At least we can get a little bit of money back from that. And here's the coin of defense, which I will be giving to Jeff. 83 to 93. There you go. Whew. Wow, that was one heck of a shopping spree. It was quite fun. But of course, we do need to get going. That'll be good. Keep $200 in our pocket just in case. Does that arcade machine say Star Fox? If so, that is awesome. Almost as awesome as the Space Cats Easter egg in Kingdom Hearts 3, which, if you have not played that game, that is located within the Toy Story World toy box. And the Space Cats is supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be a reference to Star Fox, because of the animals being involved and everything. I think that's how it's supposed to work. Alright. So that's a pretty fun Easter egg, both here as well as in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm still a ways into Kingdom Hearts 3. And at this point, as far as where I am, I did recently finish up the Monsters Inc. world, Monsteropolis. And right now I'm in the Frozen world. And of course I had to sit through Let It Go, which, I'll be honest, I do like the song. It's very catchy and it's quite fun to listen to. Just, it's gonna be a bit of a content creation nightmare when it comes to streaming this game. Not in the near future anytime soon, because I still gotta get through the rest of the games in the series first. But I'm just saying, later down the road. Shh, don't talk so loud. What do you guys want? Let's see. Ooh, Hyper Beam. Wow. Okay. Wow. That was $850 I need to spend right there. Jeez Louise, man. I just can't seem to save my poor debit card. It's like crying and begging for mercy right now. Of course, this isn't real life, but still, also, gosh dang it. Did not mean to do that. I meant to go to the ATM and not take another trip through Escalator Land. And it's the ride! Yippee! Okay. Alright, I need $850. My mistake. That'll work. Okay. We're almost done here, I think. We still have a couple of other places to explore, other storage rooms, I think. What do you got? Give me that Hyper Beam, dude. Equip that, dude. 82 to 92. Not bad. Wow, oddly enough, Jeff was not given the option to sell anything. Weird. Let's see. What would be good to... I'm probably going to go ahead and sell one of Jeff's unnecessary weapons, such as the Magnum air gun. Forget it. I don't want to buy that junk. Let's see. How about the laser gun? No? Okay, screw you then. Screw you, dude. I'm going home. Well, that was a fun adventure through the department store, that's for sure. Doesn't look like there was much of anything of major importance here, except just... Whoa! Whoa, whoa, what the hell? Your attention, please. Would the customer from on it, Mr. Ness, please proceed to the office on the 4th floor? That was Customer Ness, 4th floor office. Guard! Wow. Not only did the lights shut out, but Paula has been kidnapped. And now killer presents are on the loose. What the heck is this? We got a scalding coffee cup. Now we're being attacked by coffee cups? It's almost as if you can turn it into a boss fight in an early PS1 game and make it cheesy as crap. If you know what I mean. Ow! Dude, how'd you get 2 attacking rounds? That's bullcrap. Well, whatever. He's dead. When we got a cup of coffee. Okay. That's fine. Coffee, use, and Jeff. Here you go. 13 HP. Not very much HP as far as the recovery is concerned, but still better than nothing. What is this now? Ness, Customer Ness, please hurry to Paula. Guard! Well then. I'm definitely gonna try to hurry and try to save Paula. But first we have to deal with these frickin' mystical records. Oh shit! Nikes! That hurts! Good Lord above, man. Okay, wow. How are these things so freaking strong? They're records, dang it! Good God, man. These things are so freaking weird. Granted, I know this is all part of the adventure and everything, but... Dude! Come on, man. We got records, coffee cups, we have aliens. Hello. Really, it has not even been that long. It's only been an hour and 11 minutes, you jerkwad. Please leave me alone. I'll talk to you when I want to talk to you. Okay? Okay, thank you. Kinda wish you would give me some money over the phone. That would be awesome. Okay. Oof. Well, crap. I think I just saved him. Barely. Oh, man. That would have been really bad if he ended up kicking the bucket there. There you go, Jeff. Now you're fully healed. And there we go. Yeah, I know. I'm on my way. Calm your butts. You finally made it. This department store is gonna be your grave. You will be gone and you'll be burning in. Well, you'll go to heaven. Don't you mean you'll be burning in hell? Well, it looks like Mr. Department Store Spook is here to stop us and send us straight to hell himself. So, we're definitely not going to let that happen, that's for sure. Unleash the power of gaming. Oof. Okay. Let's see. The offense 82, defense 185. Well, he's definitely pretty strong. Alright, let's try shield on Jeff. And goods. I'm gonna try HP sucker. It didn't work. Of course not. Dang it, man. Oh dear, this is gonna hurt. God damn it. It seems as though this, Mr. Spook here is quite... Ooh, shit! Damn it! Ness is dead. Damn it, man. And there goes Jeff. Wow, of course that would happen. I wonder if I try to leave. Oh, really, game? You spawned me next to two enemies upon dying? That's perfectly fair. God damn it. Of course. You know what? Screw it. I'll just fight until the bitter end. Even if I end up dying. Which is what looks like it's going to happen because there's nothing I can gosh diddly dang do. Except just accept the fact that I'm freaking dead. Again. Wow. Way to give me the middle finger, game. A freaking middle finger. God. Can't you just let me leave in peace so that way I can go to a damn hospital? Go to a damn hospital, bring back Jeff, and also heal myself. It would be awesome if I could do that, but... oh man, this just has not been my day. At least when it comes to this part of the adventure. Oh, right. I need to withdraw a shitload of cash, like $200 just to bring back my friend. So I have to run to the hotel, get money out, and then run all the way back to the frickin' hospital. Like, that's really fair at all. Seriously, though, why is it that Paula was the one who got kidnapped? Was it because she's the girl, and the girls are usually considered the damsels in distress and everything? Alright, let's go ahead and withdraw. You know, let's withdraw $400. Reason? Because the hotel's gonna charge us up the frickin' butthole. $75. Really? What? Why was the stay so cheap? Was it because, Jeff is dead and Paula's not in our party technically? I don't get it. I don't get the reason why it was so cheap that time. Once I get Paula back and deal with the frickin' monster inside the frickin' department store, then the prices will skyrocket. Alright, there you go. Oh, good Lord above. Man, that was definitely something. That was truly an experience. Alright, let's begin anew. I think after this, if I end up dying again and I have to make a run for the nearest hospital, then what I'm going to do is just pick up the payphone over at the hospital, and I'm just going to mark a save there, so that way if I do end up dying, I can return to full HP in peace. That would be great. Alright, you're done. Man, those records are so freaking deadly. I'm really surprised at how deadly record discs can be. Like, holy crap. Have you seen how much damage they can deal in, like, one strike? Speaking of which, they somehow get a free opening attack. And, of course, Ness is about to frickin' die again. Really, Ness? How do you miss? I guess this just goes to show, if you're getting your ass kicked, you need to grind these enemies for quite a while until you receive like 2 or 3 level ups per character to make sure that they're strong enough to deal with the threat ahead. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. Granted, I know Earthbound can be a bit deceiving with its enemies and everything. Still, though, that's definitely kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. There you go, Jeff. You're back up to full strength. Now let's continue to deal with these evil presence of death. Ooh, we have a new enemy. We have the Musica. Neat. I'm pretty sure he's just as deadly as the rest of everyone else who was here to kill us. So let's unleash the pain. There you go. Take that. Definitely glad I kept the Franklin badge. I'm basically going to be keeping that on for the remainder of the game. Whenever anyone does an electrical attack on Ness, it'll be deflected right back. And that makes me pretty dang happy. Just wish these presents and stuff would get out of my gosh diddly dang way. And not deal like 97 to 100 damage per attack. Or more. Come on, man. How do you miss? Wow, it just seems like Ness has been missing a lot of his targets lately. Same with everyone else who has been in my party up to this point. Dang it, man. I was kind of hoping I could maybe out-duke them or something, but no. You can't out-duke an enemy in this game. Great, now everyone's asleep. Come on! And Ness is dead. Mother... God damn it. Great. Now Jeff is dead again. Because he can't survive on his own. He can't. He just can't. No level ups once again. Wow, this is definitely going to be taking a while, considering the fact that we're getting our ass kicked so easily by frickin' birthday presents and musical instruments and everything in between. We're probably going to have to level up for quite a long time, which is absolutely ridiculous and kind of absurd if you ask me. Get away from me! Fine, I'll fight you, you old hag. Get away from me! Ugh, Jesus. What a pain in the ass. Alright, at least Ness is now level 40. His offense went up by 4, guts by 1, vitality by 2, IQ by 3, luck by 2, maximum HP by 23, and PP by 11. That is awesome. Full story at 11. I'm kidding. Okay, let's stay here. Afterwards, I'm gonna withdraw 150 frickin' dollars, or just 200 just to be on the safe side, so that way I can bring back Jeff after, of course, I save my progress. God, this is annoying. At least he gave me over $4,000 to help me on my adventure and everything. And at the very least, Jeff is close to leveling up as well. So, as soon as I bring him back from the grave, get away from me, crazy old bat. Anyway, once I bring Jeff back, one more battle should allow him to level up again, which will be awesome. And maybe, just maybe, we'll stand a better chance at fighting these freaking supernatural beings in the freaking department store of doom. We'll see. But judging by how things have been going, it's definitely hard to say for sure. Come on, let me out. Thank you. Okay, back into the department store we go. Let's try this once more. Come at me, you evil presence. Come at me. Okay, at least the first record stopped moving. Though I'm kind of surprised that the second one somehow had more HP than the first one. Whatever. Jeff is now finally level 35, folks. His offense went up by 2, speed by 1, IQ by 1, maximum HP by 2. Pretty dang good level up. Which is really nice to see. Though, of course, we still have to dive deep into the belly of the beast. We still got a ways to go. And of course, we have to deal with this stupid crap. Take that. Come on, Ness. You can wake up, buddy. Oh, come on! Quit putting us to sleep, you ass! God, it seems like the musical freaking guitar is so freaking annoying. And Jeff is dead again. Damn it! Come on, I just paid $150 goddamn dollars just to bring him back from the grave earlier. Come on, man. That's bullshit. Unbelievable. Ugh. Christ all goddamn mighty. I just brought him back too. That's what really drives me nuts. Is because it seems like no matter how strong you get, the enemies are always stronger than you somehow. Always. I wonder if the whole leveling system works the exact same way as it does in the last Remnant. I hope that's not the case. Because at least with the last Remnant, you gain abilities and become stronger as you fight along with the enemies, but you're always slightly stronger most of the time, unless you're fighting rare monsters. But I'm just saying. Ah, god damn it. Oof. Dude, really? Oh, come on! How is it dealing so much freaking damage? How? Oh, Christ. Let's heal Ness. Fully max out his HP. There you go, Jeff. Okay, I'm kind of surprised it was just this one thing that just had to pop it out of the frickin' nowhere. It seems as though the records themselves don't deal that much damage, but when they crit, oh boy, they hit like a frickin' freight train and deal over 100 damage. Like, seriously, come on, man. Okay, Let's attack the coffee cup of death. Okay, at least the coffee cup is dead. Along with that. Whew, what a pain in the ass. And it's only going to get worse from here on out. Trust me. It's definitely not going to be easy. Like it truly hasn't been for God knows how long. Oh, of course, we got you. At least it's just you. Heh. Okay, come on. There we go. Alright. At least we have an ATM here. So, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and deposit whatever cash I have left. Invalid input. Okay. Done. Deposit all the cash I have, so that way if I end up dying, which is very likely, we won't lose very much. We won't lose anything at all. Okay. Hello again, you stupid frickin' creepy ass alien. Welcome to frickin' die. Let's see, do we have anything that will be of use? Protractor, bad, key machine, ruler. Okay, guess not. Ow. Really? You had to recover? Well, when it comes to this fight, you definitely want to give it all you got. That basically holds true to any boss fight in the game. Just saying. Brain shock, eh? Heh, take that. Ow! Holy crap! Damn, man! That was annoying. I'm surprised Ness even lived for that. Ow. Oh, that's just great. Just frickin' great. Ness is now completely solid. Better be sure that I'm gonna be able to fully heal myself, if I can! Come on. Oh, thank God. He saved himself thanks to his gut power. Holy crap, that was... Oof, way too close. Way too frickin' close. Well, I'm gonna definitely try to use the last of my power to deal as much damage as I can to this jerkwad. And that was perfect! Phew, sweet baby Jesus! 12,146 experience each. That should be enough for at least 2 level ups, 1 for each of us. And here's the first one now. Ness is now level 41. His defense went up by 1, about frickin' time too. Speed went up by 1, guts by 1, maximum HP by 3, PP by 2. Wow, okay, that was the only one. Even though you could beat me, Master Gius will avenge me. At this moment, Paula should be monotonely. What do you mean about Paula? Dude! Give me back my friend, you asshole! The power supply to the game was cut off. I wasted my money. Too bad. Is this really a good time for instant memory, dude? Really? Sure, whatever. Take my picture. Fuzzy Pickles, even though I'm behind a frickin' robot. Not exactly the greatest place to take a picture because I'm behind an object. Okay. Well, since that was a thing, I'm gonna go ahead and, withdraw a little bit of money so that way I can fully heal myself at the frickin' hotel. So, since the alien has been crushed, thank God, now we can finally, head off to the mega metropolis, the one major corporation building that basically has this entire city under an iron fist. No, really, that's what they have it under. Oh, hello there. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Alright. Well, now that that is taken care of, there's still the matter of rescuing Paula. Excuse me. And Paula is still MIA, which is really, really bad. Of course, $150 for a one-night stay. Of course it is. Okay. So, anyway. Paula is still MIA. We need to go and rescue her. Wow, 4440. Thanks, dude. And at least Jeff is going to be leveling up again soon. That'll be awesome. Alright. Though Paula is missing right now, we'll definitely rescue her. If it's the last thing we do. Because we kind of need her in order to be able to fulfill the prophecy and complete the game, if you know what I mean. Okay. Hello, babyface. Bite me, you jerk. Okay. Perhaps now we can finally deal with you, asshat. No? Are you kidding me? Well, that was lame. Yeah, shut up. Will ya? Yeah. Perhaps, maybe now's a good time to buy another hint. Granted, I think that costs like $75 for a hint now. Which is really damn expensive. Of course. Still can't access the elevator. The private elevator right now. Yeah, I know. Don't stare at your hips. Stare at the chest. The chest is the best place to stare. It gives you something to look at while you're talking to them. I'm kidding. Okay. Well, like I said, that was kind of a bust. It really is unfortunate that we still have no leads about Paula's disappearance, other than the fact that she is being held captive by the big bad man himself, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. Alright, let's just take $50. So that way we can go and buy this hint. Granted, I know I can look this up for free, but I kind of want to see what the hint guy has to say. And plus, I'd rather kind of figure it out on my own. Yeah, $75 for a hint. Have you been to Jackie's Cafe? It's not difficult to find. The sign says cafe. Okay. Well, thank you for the hint. I guess that's gonna be our next stop. Let's go. Let's head on off to the cafe. Of course, another thing I could do is just simply use the rewind feature of the SNES Classic and just rewind and not buy the hint after receiving it. But that's kind of cheating, and I don't want to do that. Okay, what do you have to say? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Take me out to the ball game? That seems kind of weird. Okay, well. This was kind of a waste of time, because it looks like the conversation's the same as before. There's a loud noise outside. Must be the 7th inning stretch. And the fans are singing, "Take me out to the ball game" at the stadium. Perhaps that's where we gotta go to next. Whoa! What the hell happened here? Looks like a suicide happened. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to go like that. I'm glad it wasn't me. There's a person lying on the ground. I wonder if he doesn't look like a nice man. He's breathing. He has just been playing too hard. Whew, okay. Okay. Crisis averted. At least it's not one of those suicide places. Oh, I don't like seeing a corpse around here. Don't cut in front of me. If you give me something, I'll let you have my spot. Okay, let's see. What can we give him? How about a cup of coffee? Yeah. Alright, take my place. Aren't you Ness? I can't see too well. Everything's blurry. You are Ness, aren't you? It's me. We met in Tucson. Everdread from Berglund Park. You must remember, I'm the best thief around. That carpenter in Happy Happy Village was hiding something. Strange. I stole it and thought about selling it in the big city. An old city wise man called it Money Money. It's a strange colored doll looking thing. Ooh, I'm in pain. And Monotoli tricked me and stole it from me. He tricked a thief. He wanted me out of the way because I know his secret. He gets his evil power from that statue. Listen, I'll tell you only once. At the cafe, check behind the counter. I said I'd tell you only once, but if you insist, I'll tell you once more. Do you want to hear it again? No. Before I go, here's my last haiku poem. When on your way out, be sure to say goodbye, then lock the door tight. This is my final request. Don't follow me. I must be on my way. Whoa, so long. Okay. It appears that he's A-okay, able to get back up on his feet. That's cool. Well, I'm definitely glad we got that all straightened up. Now it's time to examine this counter. What? Does Mr. Garande monitor... blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I know. Check. Huh? What the heck is going on now? Whoa! What do we have here? We have a robo-pump to fight inside of a cafe of all places. Whispered 3. Looks like it's trying to do something pretty damn nasty. Better finish this up quickly. Oh, thank God. At least that's done. $23.99 experience. Not bad. And we have a super bomb. Nice. Can always use more. What? Fourside? Are you still sleeping? This is Moonside. Yes, that's wrong. I am the hostess here. No, that's not right. I am the host here. Yes is no and no is yes. It makes perfect sense in Moonside. Oh. So it appears that we've stepped into a whole new world. Welcome to Moonside, apparently. This place looks kinda creepy. Everything's all neon and it looks kind of nice. But it appears as though, things are not quite right. There we go. At least that's done. So, folks, we're here in Moonside. Moonside is a neon-lit city version of Fourside. Within this place, we'll find a lot of really weird things, such as the Dallas clock, just floating around and being the clock. It looks as though this thing has the power to stop time and space. So what the heck is up with that? I have no idea. Well, it is a clock, and it does kind of make sense, but at the same time, it's still really baffling that it has such great power to manipulate time and space. And wow, it looks as though the entire place is lit like a frickin' Christmas tree. And here we have this weird abstract art picture. Why does that image look kind of familiar? Kind of looks like an image I'd see in Balls 3D. Or something to that extent. Either way, this is definitely something very different. Hopefully it won't be annoying as crap. Hypnosis. Oh, that's just great. Really, dude? You just had to do that too? Talk about unfair. Okay, at least the sleeping spell is only temporary. It's only a temporary effect. It's not like it lasts a million years. Even so, though, it does last quite a while. Oh! Holy crap! Better hurry up and bring Jeff back before he collapses. Here we go. Damn, I can't believe we stopped time for that long and just beat the ever-living crap out of us. And now that I look at the way the city is laid out, it appears as though Moonside is kind of the complete opposite of Fourside. So now everything is kind of at opposite locations in the world. So that's pretty interesting. It really is kind of interesting to see that there's so much going on in this place, it's not even funny. And with that, Jeff is now level 36! His offense went up by 1, defense went up by 2, IQ by 2, luck by 1, maximum HP by 3. That is awesome. At least he was able to gain a good amount of things. And wow, would you look at that? The hotel and hospital are right here. What the heck? 1860. Thanks, man. Record my progress. Thank you very much. Alright. This is Dark Moon Hotel. One sleep period is $150. Hi, how are you doing? From the look of things, I would say not so good. Do you need anything? It looks as though this guy sells healing items. So that's pretty nice. But I'm gonna decline on purchasing anything here. Just because it's not really necessary. It's not needed right now. Though, for whatever reason, it seems as though the telephone, despite it ringing, there's no one on the other line. Alright, let's heal up. You're actually going to try to stay up? No. Alright. Okay, so that's the thing about this place. I just picked up on this now, and I think the lady who I spoke to earlier back at the cafe when I first came here to Moonside is that it's basically opposite day here. Yes is no, no is yes. It's like talking to a woman. Okay. Well, that was definitely something. One thing I'm kind of wondering, though, how is it that we're still able to speak to our father through different dimensions and different worlds? I don't get it. What's up with that? How is it that we're able to stay in communication with our family here? That is so weird. Alright, let's deal with this pump. Oh dear. Whew, at least that's done. And prevented a pretty big catastrophe from happening. I can sense that you have a controller in your hands. Oh boy. How did you know? Do. Illuminati. Okay, what do we have? An enraged fire plug? So in other words, a fire hydrant's coming after us. How'd you miss this? How? Ow. Ow. Wow, it seems as though the fire hydrant is the most damaging enemy here because the gushing water is so freaking powerful. Granted, I know that fire hydrants dispense a lot of water. And of course, Jeff is dead. Again. And I'm about to die too. Wow. Well, that was lame. Now I have to run all the way to the frickin' hospital. Again. If I can make it there alive, that is, which I don't see that happening. I meant to select Runaway. Crap. Oh, thank God. Thank God I managed to get away. Holy crap. Alright. Well, that was definitely an experience of the ages. Whew. And it's also pretty close, too. Pretty close experience. Close to dying. Jeff. No. I'm so glad you recovered, Jeff. But yeah, the general rule of thumb is no means yes, yes means no. So if you want something, say no when you're in Moonside. Just remember to switch your thinking back to logical when you exit this place. Or if you die. And return to the real world. Just saying. There we go. Broken into pieces. It seems as though the pumps themselves are not that dangerous until they complete their countdown. And when they do, I don't even know what they'll do. Probably spray us with a lot of gasoline or something and light us on fire. Yes? No, you don't? To tell you the truth, neither do I. Alright, let's deal with you nice and quick. How did you miss, Ness? Okay. This is the cafe where we came from. So if you want to return to the real world at any time, just re-enter the cafe and rescan the counter. Rescan the countertop. Behind the counter, that is. And you should be fine. You'll be able to return to Fourside in no time. At least I think that's how it's supposed to work. Ow! Damn it, Ness. Why are you missing your targets every frickin' turn? Oh, wow. Looks like someone leveled up to level 42. Offense went up by 1, maximum HP by 1, PP by 2. Not bad. That was Ness that received that level up. If you stay here too long, you'll end up frying your brain. Yes, you will. No, you will not. Yes, no, you will not. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Thank you for, looking out for me and my well-being, dude. Highly appreciate it. Fine, we'll fight the stupid freaking picture frame. That just seems like it's constantly chasing us down to the ends of the earth. And of course, that happens. Phew, alright. At least that's done. Again. Alright. Let's see if we can make our way to, the bottom part of the city. Double burger. Neat. And I think Ness needs this. 85 HP. Wow. Nice. Nice recovery. What I also find kind of strange about this town is that these gas pumps that can chase you down, they're represented by flames of fire. So why? Why is that? I know that they can help cause a fire to start if they spray gasoline, but it's not like that happens all the time. You kind of need a match or something to that extent in order to start a fire with gasoline. Hey, parking meters, and you're still walking around? That's so funny. Welcome to Moonside! Do you know whose bones are on display here? The answer is your bones. My bones. Bones' bones. Bone, bone, bone. Okay, I wonder what that's all about. Well, at least the good news is we don't have to pay to get inside the museum. That's pretty neat. Then again, who knows? Bones are great. Do you like bones too? Yes? You like bones? Bone, bone, bone. Okay. Well, I don't think there was much of a point of seeing what was inside of that museum. Other than just a couple of people who were inside, just being strange people. Loving bones to death. I'm guessing that they've been hanging out with too many skeletons with blue jackets, if you know what I mean. And maybe one whose greatness shines above all else. Just saying. Okay, let's continue our exploration. Okay, here's the bottom of the city. Still need to find a way to get down here. And I'm pretty sure it's going to take a little bit of brain power in order to figure that out. Ah, crap. Okay. At least that wasn't too bad. Alright. Let's continue our little expedition of doom. Okay, it's not really of doom. It's not doomsday, people. Not yet. Here comes Tony Flame! Ready to burn us to a frickin' crisp. There you go. Take that. Stupid frickin' gas pump. Ooh. Okay. Right, I can't quite go down there. Enraged fire plug. Of course, this is the asshole who nearly killed us before. God damn. Take that! Phew. Pretty dang close. Especially considering the fact that the fire hydrant can attack both of us at once. It basically can attack all targets in a single row. I would love to get down here right about now. But it seems as though that's not going to be happening anytime soon. I guess one thing you can try to do to try and progress further is rub up against the wall and pray that you end up progressing forward. So in other words, just rub up against the wall and eventually you'll find an opening. It's going to take a little bit of time with experimentation, but I'm sure we'll be able to get around. Some way, shape, or form. Alright, let's deal with this guy nice and quick. Thank you very much. It seems as though these enemies here aren't really giving us that much experience. Great, this battle's about to be lit like a frickin' Christmas tree. Gonna have to try to take out the frickin' fire hydrant first, cause that's gonna happen. Really? It seems like Jeff is the only one who's gonna be doing all the work here, and I had him attack the wrong damn target. Oh, thank God. Oof! Damn, that hurt. Tick-tock. I wonder if that means it's trying to prepare another bomb. Well, whatever it is, it's not going to be good. And it's definitely not going to be friendly to either one of us. Well, that was pretty dang hairy, and kind of scary too. Alright. Let's keep dealing with this. Okay. Thankfully, it seems as though the pumps by themselves are not that bad to take out. It's just, whenever they have friends, that's when they become dangerous. And with that, Jeff is now level 37. His speed went up by 1, maximum HP by 3. And that was it. Kind of a lame level up, dude. Alright, let's keep exploring. Keep looking and seeing what else we can do here. I wonder if this music is supposed to signify that the enemy's strong, like it has a really high level. Then again, maybe it's just one of those variable battle themes that play every now and again. Well, most likely, that's the case. Okay, maybe you have something to say. Hello and goodbye. Okay. That was weird. How about I sharpen you? I just love sharpening. You don't want to sharpen? Silent Lucy, dear moon, welk, one. I don't even know what you mean. 257, 256, 255, 254, 253. I think that's supposed to be some sort of combination of something that I need to keep in mind, so just in case, I'm taking a picture of this. As soon as I can stabilize my camera and not drop my controller onto the floor like an idiot. So, what's your problem? If you don't want anything, get out of here. I'm counting backwards. 252, 251, 250. Okay. Well, my internet just took a dump again. Perhaps our solution to our problem is just talk to the right people. Perhaps we need to talk to certain townsfolk in order to have them throw us or take us someplace special. In order to make it to the major corporation building that's located towards the southernmost part of town, of which we can't really get to on foot for whatever reason. That could be possible. What do we got here? Of course, we got that. Fantastic. One thing I'll definitely say, at least with the... I almost call Nest Samus. Wow. Good God Almighty. Anyway, as I was trying to say, it seems as though Ness's psychic attacks seem to always hit when it comes to his offensive spell, kind of. Just not the flash, unless the enemy is vulnerable to that. Which, for the most part, they're not. Oof, damn, that hurts. Okay, well that was pretty hairy, again. But with that, Ness is now level 43. His offense went up by 2, vitality by 1, maximum HP by 11. And maximum PP by 1. That's awesome. Okay, what do we have now? Another fire hydrant of death. Of course we do. Kinda wish Ness would be able to deal enough damage to the fire hydrant to kill it in one strike. Of course, that's not easy. I'll tell you what I hate in this world. That's pizza. The color, the smell, the taste, the texture. Hey, you're drooling. Hello, and goodbye. Okay, I already talked to you. Mr. Macho Man there just throws us down to the southernmost part of town for some reason. And of course that happens, and now we're completely screwed. You know what, I'm going for auto fight here. Ow. Ow. Dude, really? Why'd you miss? I'm going to die. I am going to goddamn die. Again. Damn it. Man. All because I spoke to the wrong person at the wrong goddamn time. Wow, Jeff, you suck. It just seems like he can't do anything without Ness's help. Wow, screw you, game. Screw you. Well, that was lame. Let's go ahead and make a withdrawal. I'm withdrawing $300 because I know for a fact that I'm going to be charged up the ass just to be able to sleep, heal myself, and also bring Jeff back from the dead again. Which is really damn annoying that I have to keep doing that all the time. Okay. Jeff. No, screw you. Well, that was definitely fun. That's for sure. Perhaps, in order to be able to progress, we need to talk to the right surfer dudes. That's gotta be right. It seems as though the one surfer dude who we talked to before, he threw us quite a ways down south, though not as far as I would like. So let's see what happens if I talk to you. Hello and goodbye. Okay. Really? I guess he was the wrong dude as well. Wow. Well, that's annoying. That is just really annoying. Okay, let's keep looking. Hello. We have a killer painting, of course, and a secret agent. That's what it looks like over here. I wonder what he's doing outside. Wonder what he's doing there. Probably just running around about, wondering about his life choices. Who knows? I will send you first and then you second to the hospital. Okay. Well, at least he gave us a free trip to the hospital. Though, that wasn't... Ness's HP drops to 0. I thought for a second there he really meant that. Like, he just stabbed us and killed us both in one strike. Okay. I think what happened was he just did one of those fake outs or something. That's gotta be it. Then again, maybe he fully heals us? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Because I'm pretty sure that's not what happened at all. Ha! Everyone is someone. Don't you think so? Wahaha! Hee hee hee! Hello there, surfer dude. Okay. Clearly not the right one. Still not the right one. Dang it. So, yeah. It appears as though this has all come down... All this comes down to is just finding the right surfer dude to throw us at the right place at the right time. Though, of course, it's not going to be easy to find the right person. Ooh. Well, Jeff is dead again. Or not. Not yet, but he soon will be. Ah, oh, damn it. Whew. Wow, I can't believe Jeff actually lived through that. Somehow. There you go, Jeff. You're fully healed now. And we're dead. We're just freaking dead. Come on, man. Screw these stupid freaking fire hydrants. Seriously, what good have they done for me? Trust me, they've done plenty good. They've done a lot more good than you can possibly imagine. Okay. Whew, that was close. Okay. I talked to both of you, and have I talked to you? And of course, you're not the right person either. Dang it. I hate that crap. And I also hate the fact that the enemies just keep respawning constantly. Really, Ness? Thank you. Jeez. Can't let Jeff do all of the work now when it comes to his freaking gas pumps. Seriously. That's not the time for that. And of course, this is going to be chasing me down to the ends of the earth. Man, these pumps are just freaking relentless. They always find a way to chase me down. Though I always wonder, though, why is it that they're covered in flames whenever they're approaching you on the field. And have I think I talked to you. Okay. All right. Wow, looks like we're in the next part of town now, finally. And yeah, have a protein drink, Jeff. You could use it. Well then. So much for being at the next part of town. Or am I? Well then. Dang it. Dang it, man. That is so frickin' lame. Well, at least we managed to get ourselves another item, which I used right away, but even so, we're making some progress here, folks. Some progress. Not very much, but at least we have a general idea of what it is we have to do. We just gotta search for the right people, and hopefully we'll be transported to the right location. Jeez Louise. It seems as though, finding the right person to send us in the right direction is gonna be a pretty big pain in the ass. And Jeff is now level 38, so at least this isn't all for nothing. His offense went up by 2, IQ by 1, maximum HP by 3. Cool. Nice to see that at least we're making some progress here. Not very much, but it's something. Okay, let's go ahead and get this done and over with nice and quick. At least, fighting these clocks here, they're not that dangerous anymore. And it seems like with every time we attack one, every time we defeat one, we get a good chunk of experience. Ba-boom! Wow, I scared myself. I got surprised. Good for you. Good to see that you surprised yourself somehow. Now, hopefully you didn't wet yourself while trying to do so. Oh, crap! Ooh, wow. That was close. Again, I'm kind of surprised that Ness managed to live through that whole ordeal. Like, really? Holy crap. Welcome to Moonside. Why did you come to Moonside? How long are you staying in Moonside? Forever and ever and ever. Okay. Let's get back to hunting down Mr. Macho Man. I'm pretty forgetful. I even forget why I'm here. I just forgot something. Who am I? Am I a man? No, you're a boy. A little boy who's lost and needs to be found. Okay. It seems as though talking to that guy just does absolutely nothing. I figured as much, but you never know. I thought maybe he would, function as a free heal or something, but no, sadly he doesn't. I wish he would. That way I don't have to pay to stay in a frickin' hotel or to bring back my friends and everything. Okay, no other discoveries, huh? Interesting. Also kind of sad, too. Well, that was kind of pointless. I've only gone a little bit further down the street. I really would like to get down there. At least sometime this century. Please? The dudes? Really? There just had to be someone here. Ah, man. This stinks. Who do I have to talk to in order to progress? Oh, hello. I think Ness leveled up to level 44. His offense went up by 4, defense by 2, speed by 2, guts by 2, IQ by 1, luck by 3, maximum HP by 3, and PP by 1. That is awesome. Very happy to see that he gained quite a good level up too. That is awesome. The Mani Mani statue is up ahead, but I'm going to stop you right here. Don't even think about getting past me, because you ain't with a guy whose eyebrows are connected and who also has a gold tooth. Really? Not with a guy whose eyebrows are connected and who also has a gold tooth. Am I missing something here? I don't even know. It seems as though I have to bring someone there, or I have to, find another way around. Maybe. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I really could use a hint right about now. It seems as though, to me, now that I think about it, the most powerful people in this universe are the instant photography man, as well as the hint guy. He can always see the future and know exactly what's going to come, as if he has a book of prophecies, or something to that extent. Ooh, spooky! Who knows? Really, your guess is as good as mine at this point. I don't even know, what's going on anymore in this adventure. Everything is weird. That's what can perfectly describe this game. There we go. Okay. Let's continue our search. Shut up. No. Good. I'm glad you get it. Funny. That's honestly pretty dang funny. Okay. Alright. Once again, at this point, I am completely lost. Welcome to Moonside, blah 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 blah. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's someone I need to talk to. Or perhaps there's something else to this whole charade. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find out. It seems as though checking the backside of the counter does nothing now. So it seems as though I can't go back to Fourside no matter how hard I try. Though checking the back of the counter just closes the menu for whatever reason. So what the heck is up with that? I really don't know. Again, I really could use another hint right now. But it appears as though there's no way I'm going to be able to find a hint booth. So it looks like I'm going to be on my own for this one. Just going to have to keep going with my intuition of searching for the right macho man. And it looks like we're going to be spending at least 10 million years to do it. Then again, maybe there's something I'm missing over in one of these alleyways here. I mean, I would love to know if I don't get bombarded by fire hydrants and gas pumps every 2 seconds. There we go. Jeez. This has just been one hell of a crazy train. One crazy train of a session today, that's for sure. Really, dude? Here we go. Whew. Okay. I feel like I've talked to basically every single person in town. And every person has not really been helpful in the slightest whatsoever. Ooh. Wow, we get the advantage in this fight somehow. I don't even. But I'll gladly take it. That way we don't have to spend as much time fighting these stupid frickin' fire hydrants. Hello. It seems as though this fire hydrant, despite being on the other side of the background, still reached us. Granted, I was rubbing up against the wall, but still. Still weird, game. Really weird of you. Really, I feel like I've talked to every person imaginable. I'm not with a guy whose eyebrows are connected and who also has a gold tooth. It sounds like to me that, I feel like I need to bring someone over who has those properties. Then again, Moonside is the complete opposite, so maybe I need to bring a girl over? Seriously, I cannot figure this out for the life of me. Maybe the gold tooth is, something I could buy? I'm completely lost here. I really am. And I really want to resist the temptation to, look up a freaking online walkthrough just to figure out what the hell it is I need to do next. Then again, I may not have much of a choice here. Ugh. Yeah, seriously, I can't figure this out. I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring, and if I can't figure it out on my own, then I'm just gonna say screw it and I'm gonna look it up. I mean, I really do feel like I'm on the right track by talking to macho men. Okay, how was that not a surprise attack for the enemy? Clearly they hit my back. But it appears as though that was not necessarily the case. Neat. I feel like this guy is who we need to talk to and get him to come with us somehow. Maybe the soundstone will give me some information. Okay. That did nothing. Of course. Okay, after this, I'm definitely gonna just say screw it and look up this information. This is really starting to get on my goddamn nerves. I can't figure this out. And I feel like I've tried everything I could. But at least with this, Jeff is now level 39. That's nice. His offense went up by 1, speed by 1, guts by 1, vitality by 1, luck by 1, maximum HP by 2. Okay. Not a bad level up at all. Alright, I'm looking this crap up. I'll be right back. Okay. I think I have an idea. According to this walkthrough, since, yeah, I am on the right track. It's just, I have to do things in a really weird order. Wow, I can't believe it took me this long just to figure it out. And I can't believe I had to look up a goddamn walkthrough. That's really bad game design. It really is. Nothing, peeves me off more than that. Okay, let's talk to you. Alright, we have a nice night pendant. Awesome. Goods. And I think I will go ahead and, I'm gonna have to drop something. I want to give this to Ness, since according to the walkthrough, that's who I need to give it to. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and drop this ruler. And Ness, I'm going to have to drop something here. I'm probably just gonna have to drop the coin of slumber. And give to Ness. Alright, now Ness, let's go ahead and equip him with the Night Pendant. That's awesome. Still sucks that, it was... That was truly a pretty big pain in the butt. Alright, let's go. On to the next part of town. And we have yet another present over here. Okay, before we can get to that present, however, we do have to deal with this butthole here. And Ness is now level 45. Oh yeah. That is sweet. His offense went up by 1, maximum HP by 1, PB by 1, and that was it. Okay, not that big of a level up. A handbag strap. Wonder what that's about. When used as a whip during battle, the enemy takes enough damage to stop moving for a short time. Huh. Nice. So it's really a whip that only works one time. I spy with my little eye. Alakazam! I see a country in summer in a big silver ball. You're burnt, but you're fine. That is what I see. Interesting. Alright. Who are you? Before the soup gets cold, we must care for money money. Before the knife gets rusty, we must care for money money. Lady, can you get out of my way? Seriously? Another freaking wall? Jesus. Secret herb. Nice. Yes, please. Actually, I said the wrong thing. No, then goodbye. Where am I? I'm really busy doing nothing, so I don't have time to talk to you. If you need something, talk to my partner. He's right over there, see? You mean you can't see him? No. You can, huh? You become a real Moon Cityan, haven't you? Okay, well that was interesting. It appears as though I'm trapped. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? Wow. Okay. Well, that was pretty interesting. It's me. You can see me, right? There's something interesting about you, so I'm going to follow you. Don't worry, though. If you get into a fight, I'll stay out of it. Oh. It appears we have a follower. Whatever the follower is, he's kind of invisible. But at the very least, he will be following us for quite some time. Hey, don't you wish you had a gold tooth like mine? Give me a smile. Okay, so he is definitely the man I'm looking for. Alright, I'm going to withdraw some money here. That way I can fully heal myself. For 1. And 2. What else did I want to do again? Whoa. Okay, the music definitely changed. Okay, thank you for the money, dude. Record my progress. And continue. Ugh. Alright, I remember what I wanted to do here. Escargot Express. Pick up, please. I seriously wonder how they're going to be able to get here. Smile, smile. Yeah. I know they're connected, bruh. We're all connected. In more ways than one. Oh, hello. Escargot Express. Thank you. Alright, let's have them take a couple of things here. I think I'm gonna have them take the pair of dirty socks. And, I'm also gonna have him take the protractor. And, I'm gonna have him take the insectable spray. Yep, that is correct. Thanks, dude. Thanks for taking that from me, man. I highly appreciate it. Okay, now we're finally getting places. About dang time, too. And this time, I'm in the frickin' mode. Let's do this thing, man. Let's see if we can get past this frickin' asshole without getting murdered. Thank you. Holy crap, that was annoying. Alright. Let's heal up. Perfect. The Money statue is up ahead. Huzzah! You really surprised me. You're the man whose eyebrows are connected and who has a gold tooth. How about we dump these kids and go get something to drink? Cool. Well, with that, the statue can now be accessed. Alright. Let me make sure everyone's on their feet. Well, mostly. Okay, then. Guess I'll do another healing session. And boom. Done. Don't do anything to me. I am not Monotoli. And yet he teleported. Oh man, that is some strange, spooky things going on around here. It is a golden statue that you have seen before. And here we go. Time to fight the evil Money statue. Let's spy on this and see if he has any major vulnerabilities. He doesn't. That stinks. Really, dude? I think I used the wrong shield on Jeff. Dang it. Dang it. No effect on this. Wow, that's unfair. Only thing I can really do here is just, have Jeff do the work. Beat up this evil statue before I can do anything major. And of course. Now we're both completely paralyzed. Only thing we can do now is just unleash the power of gaming. And pray to God that it actually kills them. God damn. It just seems as though there's nothing I can do against paralysis. Oh crap. Okay, Jeff is somehow still alive. Get a load of this. I really wish that paralysis would be taken care of over time. But it appears that that's not going to be the case. Dang it, man. Shield is gone, so... oh dear, we're going to be in for a real pain train, that's for sure. There you go. Thank God he's dead. I honestly was kind of surprised that we managed to beat him on our first try. And I'm also surprised that we managed to live through that. Holy crap, that was a pain. And with that, the statue is now destroyed and we're transported. Inside the building, the Mani Mani statue was actually a device that created illusions. The illusion device was destroyed. Awesome. You were wandering around the warehouse with a vacant, faraway look in your eyes. Were you daydreaming? No, but, it was definitely something. It was definitely a trip. Wow. Would you look at that? Hello, this is Apple Kid. I come up with another wacky invention that I think has real potential. Maybe you won't, but anyway, it's called the Gourmet Yogurt Machine. It makes many different flavors of yogurt. The only problem is, right now, it can only make trout-flavored yogurt. So I'm having the machine delivered to you via Escargot Express. It's coming, neglected class. Hopefully you'll get it soon. Yeah. Everything is kaboom! I got some problems here. Gotta go, bye! Oh dear. Well, at least, I should have more than enough room to, take care of my problems. Okay. Oh, hello! I'm not a delivery man. I can't remember if we met. Tala Rama just finished fasting and now wants to meet you at the west end of Dusty Dunes Desert in a cave with lots of monkeys. I'll use my teleportation to... Bye. Well, that's interesting. Wow. That monkey sure can go fast, that's for sure. Oh dear. Oops. Greetings, it's Escargot Express's neglected class. Phew, I just got here from Dusty Dune Desert. There was this sunbathing guy, and he told me about a cave with lots of monkeys. Or was it... got orangutans. Anyway, he said, well, I forgot. Well, I forgot. Yep, I forgot. Actually, I forgot the stuff I was supposed to deliver, too. Wow, you suck. I think it was some weird machine to make trout-flavored yogurt. Yeah, I forgot it at the desert. I'm not going back that way, so don't ask me to get the package. Screw you! I mean, it's your package, right? So you go get it. Go on, get out of here. Maybe that thing I forgot is important to you, so have a good time in the desert. Wow, what an asshole! Hello, I heard you talking about trout-flavored yogurt? I'm a maid who serves Mr. Monotoli, and I'm looking for trout-flavored yogurt to give to our special guest. If you know anything about it, please tell me. I've been searching and searching. And searching until the end of time, apparently. And wow, I am already at nearly the 3-hour mark. And thus, we're kind of short on time here, folks. One thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to be getting some money out, so not only can I withdraw some cash, Hopefully without getting attacked by freaking mad people here. Speaking of which, get away from me. Oh, you have got to be freaking kidding me! Wow, we're dead. We're simply dead. Run! Oh, thank God. Oh, I do not want to deal with that right now. No, 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 no. That is definitely bad news bears. Absolutely bad news bears. Okay, I'm going to withdraw $500 so that way I can heal both myself and Jeff at the hospital. Get rid of this damn paralysis. Not only that, but I also want to be able to stay at this hotel and mark my progress and get ready to call it a day. The reason why is because it is starting to get late. It's close to 6 o'clock where I live. It's roughly 5:40 p.m. But even so, though, that is getting kind of late, and it is a weekday, and people around here do work. They do have jobs. They have lives. And so I'm going to try to be courteous and make sure that make sure everyone's good to go. Restore feeling? Okay. Cool. Restore feeling and Jeff. So that was like... Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Restore feeling. Yes. Jeff. There we go. That's better. Holy crap. That was annoying. And my God, Moonside was definitely an adventure and a half. I can't believe that it took me so damn long just to figure out Moonside and how to navigate through that god-awful place. But at least it's done. It's over with. And though I did take quite a while to get through the place, at least it didn't take 10 million years to do so. So that's nice. So, yeah. That was definitely an adventure. And the fun has only just begun here, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and rest up at this here hotel. And get ready to call it a day here. Yeah. I'm calling it a day here. This is General Snivy with the Earthbound Blind playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to head back into the desert once again, and head into the mysterious monkey village, which was previously blocked off in the desert. But for right now, yeah, we're done. Thank you all once again so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all on the flip side. No, that was not a pun. Bye.